can start. Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. This is the latest episode of the podcast, and as you can tell, I'm not joined by Reese. I'm joined by a very good friend of mine, Tom, who you will see in a lot of future videos. He's joining the channel and has also got his own Twitch channel.
Yeah, so Twitch, Top 93. Just been socially doing it at the moment, but trying to get a bit more into it. But yeah, probably drop a link in the description or something like that.
Top line in the description. There's a little plug. As you can probably tell by the Boris mask and the wig, we're talking about that Jaackmaate video. We are going to discuss everything from the start right up until 2 days before the video, all the way up until the day of the video.
And even after as well, the backlash and everything of it all. So yeah, good starting point I think is talking to people about how you came across it, and I guess as well from what I know is how it impacted your plans that weekend as well.
Yeah, so some of you would have seen my video. That'll be in the description, as well as Jack's will obviously be in the description because that's what we're talking about today. Jack put out a message on Instagram, which I'll pop here, asking for people to help for his comeback video. He hasn't done a video since Jesse Lingard tattooed him with the J.
Yeah, I saw it absolutely ages ago. Yeah. And thinking about it is what a video to bounce back with anyway, isn't it? But we'll move on to that as we go on. So yeah, Instagram feed and what just
he linked his email on there. So I was like, you know what? I was sat there. I was like, I'm supposed to be going away this weekend. I was supposed to be taking my missus to Paris for her birthday, and we had to cancel that. I was like, I'm going to be in London anyway. I may as well drop an email and see if he'll say yes. So I dropped him an email, and within 2-3 minutes I got an email back and got added to a Discord chat, which, oh my god, I'm going to sound like Jeremy Lynch at the Wembley Cup. You haven't seen the Discord chat.
I guess what was your initial reaction to actually getting that email back as well? Because you said it came back quite quickly. Was it kind of a pop shot first of, let me give it a go, let's see the chances, because obviously you're going to be there anyway, and it's kind of a great thing to be involved with as well.
Yeah, so he asked for males 18 and above that can be in London to film for 2 to 3 hours, and
that was all the context, was it? Yeah. So nothing else. So at that point, you didn't know what you're signing up for.
I had no idea. So then obviously I look into it, I email him, I get an email back going, okay, this is the criteria. You need to be able to get to Hyde Park.
Yep.
That's already like, can do that. I'm staying in Covent Garden, bang, ticked off. Need to wear a suit. I was like, oh Jesus. I was like,
looking through the wardrobe at the old suits,
Yeah, and there's a reason I wore a belt that day. Those jeans were tight. Baby blue tie, which obviously you now know why.
Yeah.
And be able to be a male that's over 18.
So nothing about a wig at this point, and not much context behind what was actually going to happen then.
No. So then I was like, yes, I can do all of this, and I got a link to a Discord chat, which, Jesus Christ, we'll go into the Discord chat because holy shit. He didn't say anything about what the type of video would be, so as soon as I entered the Discord chat, everyone's like, oh my god, what's going on? Jack had already put, look, we're meeting at Speaker's Corner at 12 o'clock, and at this point we all start to panic because it starts to leak on Twitter.
Got ya.
This is Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning, it starts to leak on Twitter. We're like, Jesus Christ, like how? And it's screenshots from inside the Discord chat.
You got a little snitch in there somewhere.
There was a snitch.
Ever found out who? Or?
Yeah, we found out who. He owned up to it and put a picture of his arsehole in the Discord chat.
Instant ban then, but
it was because I was sat there chilling, Wednesday lunch, eating food, Discord chat's popping up. I'm like, let me open the Discord, let me see what people are saying. Bang, arsehole. I was like, well, I'm not hungry.
No.
And then obviously we managed to get him out the Discord chat, and everyone was like, oh my god, he's saying he's going to ruin it, like what are we going to do?
At this point, did you still have no idea what you were doing? We
had no idea.
So what sort of things were people kind of saying, thinking, coming up with? Because you think suit, tie, London, like an apprentice type of vibe thing, maybe? Or
On the day we thought it could be apprentice, but a lot of people going, we're dressing like Tories, like, is he...
there's where the
That's where it started to link.
start to turn, yeah.
And a few of us were nervous about it. A fair few people came actually down from Milton Keynes and Northampton way.
Oh,
A few people, one lad travelled up from Bath, one from Stoke. Like, there was people coming from
all over.
all over.
Yeah.
And we're all in the group chat, and Jack's giving nothing away. Like, he's not giving anything away. But then a few people start to go, we could be having a party outside that, like outside the Houses of Parliament.
Yeah.
And it started to sort of like trickle in, trickle down. But yet again, Jack didn't say anything. Fiona, who was in there, his other half, who's lovely, didn't say anything. Alfie didn't say anything. It was literally just, okay, meet here, wear this, be expected to be this. And he then put, there might be a underground scene in the video. Would some of you be able to come on the underground with us? He even said he doesn't mind paying, if people pay for it, he'll reimburse them. And because I was staying in London anyway, I had an underground ticket, so I was like, I'll do it. And then it was the day before the video. I travelled down to London. I had to run into Primark and pick up a suit jacket, so I couldn't find my suit jacket anywhere. The first one I picked up was navy, and I was like, this looks black, and my missus there going, no, it's navy. I was like, it's black. She went, read the tag. I went, bollocks, it's navy.
You don't want to be the one, the only one in the navy suit jacket there.
And fast forward basically to the morning of the video, and Jesus Christ, my alarm went off at 9 o'clock, and I was sat there going, I still have no idea. Like, he hasn't told anyone anything in the chat.
How were you feeling about, like, at the morning point, like a little bit nervy about what sort of thing you might be getting involved with at any point, or?
I knew, seeing as a Jaackmaate video, it's going to be taking the piss out of someone.
Yeah.
And it wasn't till I met people that I started to get nervous. The only thing I was nervous about was actually recording myself, because I was like, I'm going to make my own video out of this. But someone who's a smaller YouTuber walking around London, because I didn't have a camera, I had my phone on me, talking to a phone, it's a bit sort of like, you get a few looks. So that was nervous, but going down there, I was there like, you know what, fuck it, it's going to be funny no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like, even if it goes wrong, it's going to be funny.
Yeah.
And I turned up at Hyde Park at about 11:10. And I was like, oh, Speaker's Corner isn't that far. Turned up, it's all the way over the other fucking side. which was irritating, but I was like, you know what, I'll walk down. I dropped my missus off in a Starbucks in Hyde Park, and she wanted to kill me. I was like, yeah, I'll see you in about 3 hours.
So what, she just stayed in the Starbucks all day?
Yeah, she wasn't best.
Must be love, mate.
yeah. She didn't speak to me until like we got on the train to go down, and I had ordered sides as well. So I was sat there with like the Sidemen's food, and she sat there with like a prawn cocktail sandwich she refused to eat with me.
Jesus.
So I would start walking through, and there's little clips on the video I walking into Hyde Park, and I hadn't seen anyone, and this lad appeared from outside a tree, and he was like, are you here for a Jaackmaate video? I was like, yeah, you? Like, I started to get a bit nervous, and like, he dipped off for a little bit and then came back. I was like, this is weird, like this. And I walked around the corner, and there's two lads there just on their own, and turned up, spoke to them, and we started to sit there and go, okay, there's 4 of us, and it's 11:10. Jack at this point puts a proper Jaackmaate message in the group chat going, I'm running late.
Yep.
So that was nervy, because the more people that started to turn up, the more we started to doubt what the video would be.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things we all thought was, could you imagine if Jack puts up a video going, I tripped 100 people to dress.
That's what I was just about to say here.
Dressing like a Tory and standing in Hyde Park.
Yeah.
Because some of the looks we were getting, like Jordan North, the BBC radio presenter, I think he's with BBC still, ran past us, gave us a dirty look.
Yeah.
One woman, as she was running past, she probably needed to do what she did anyway, but she spat on the floor right next to a group of people dressed as Tories. So take with that how you will.
Yeah.
And we stood there, and there's only about 15 of us, and we're going, like, what the fuck's going on? And all of a sudden this lad walks out with his dog and he goes, "You here for a Jaackmaate video?" And we're like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "There's about 40 of you over there." And we're like, "Okay, thank you." Walked over, met up with a load of people, and we stood there, and one lad brought his dog. It was so fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Big fluffy dog. And we stood in Hyde Park and we're still waiting for Jack. And all of a sudden we hear a car bib as it goes past, and someone goes, "That's definitely Jack." And we're like, "It's London, someone's probably pissed someone driving off."
Yeah.
Then about 5 minutes later, you just see Jack, Alfie, Fiona and Robbie walk up. And everyone just sort of like, me being the shortest person anyway, I'm like, they're probably filming I'm getting right to the front here.
Yeah.
So they've walked through, and he's walked in with this, with Tesco's bag with loads of alcohol-free beers and ciders.
Yeah.
The reason he went for alcohol-free is because if you get stopped drinking, you can get into a lot of trouble. So he went with alcohol-free stuff. And he started passing that out, and another lad turned up. I can't remember the company he worked for. It's like fancy dress company.
Yeah.
I'll leave their link in the description as well. I've had some interaction with them on Instagram, like liking each other's posts and stuff like that. The lad was called Jordan. He turned up with his missus, and he actually bought the wigs. Unbeknown to anyone that was there,
Yeah.
Jack, until an hour before the video, didn't have any wigs.
So that's the reason for the lateness. Is
Yeah.
Going around the place trying to find some wigs to scrap together to get for roughly 100 people.
Yeah. And Jack turned up, and we filmed obviously a couple of opening scenes, and Jack was like, "Okay, we're now going to film you lot hearing the song for the first time." So Alfie Indra, who is a musician, he works with Jack on a lot of his videos. Has done a lot of like the Greg Paul song, the Jeremy Lynch song, the Man Like Hack song, stuff like that. He's made this within, I'm guessing, a few days, because if you've seen Jaackmaate's video, you see he sits there and goes, "We should throw a party outside Downing Street," and then they sort of work on the song, and they get Schaefer Bates to do the impression of Boris. Go, "My name is Boris, and I like to party."
Yeah.
And the beat drops, and it goes into sort of like a bit of a housey sort of tune. And we all heard it for the first time. We're like, "Yeah, this is sick. This is going to go well." We're all putting masks on, we're all putting wigs on, and as Jack said, the reason we were wearing masks and wigs, one, to look like Boris, but the mask in case anyone didn't want to be seen, because there was a few people in this, I'm not going to say names, that skipped exams at college and university, saying that they were ill, and people that skipped work
Because they were ill.
they wanted to be in the Jaackmaate
Of
video.
course. And that's the thing, it's a massive opportunity for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just not an opportunity, but even just experience. You know what I mean? Being behind the scenes of like a large YouTuber basically, and seeing what goes into it, all the work behind it, and like you said, interacting with other people now as well, because you've got a network of people in that Discord channel who may be looking to do similar things, might have now opened their eyes to similar things. And
well, there's a couple of
lads.
There's a couple of lads, because there was myself, a lad who lives in Northampton. I'm going to try and get him on to do a podcast with.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
a gaming YouTube with just over 20,000 subs.
Yeah.
Called Clouds Play. He did a behind the scenes. There was another lad that's done the behind the scenes. There was only like 3 of us that did YouTube, but a lot of people were wanting to do it or wanting to be in the scene. There was one lad there that's actually filmed for Chris MD.
Oh, really?
The Chris MD channel, and he was like, "Oh, I was supposed to go on a night out with Harry and stuff like this, but unfortunately they bailed on a night out." We're there going, this is the circle we want to be in. Now a lot of people are getting there. It's like, "Oh, okay, this is what we want to do."
Yeah.
And then Jack turns around and goes, "I want to film some stuff on the underground." Obviously, at this point, we know what the video is. We're all dressed as Boris Johnson. And he goes, "We're going to Downing Street and we're having a party."
Yeah.
And we go, "Okay." He goes, "Who wants to get on the underground?" And I already had tickets. I was like, "Yeah." And I think there was only about 5 people that didn't want to get on the underground.
I was going to say, you couldn't turn up. Was that like one of the first things you needed to do as well?
No, so that was optional.
Oh, okay, but yeah.
So he was like, "If you want to get on the underground, you can," because Fiona, his other half, didn't get on the underground as a camerawoman because she was like, it will put her anxiety through the roof.
Yeah, fair.
Because she even put a message in the Discord. As I said, Fiona definitely was very active even on Jack's account as well as her account, she put a message in Discord a couple of hours before. She went, "Is anyone else feeling nervous? If just let us know how you're feeling. Whatever you need, we'll do it. Like it's all good. We're happy that you're helping us. What can we do for you?" sort of thing. Which I thought was a lovely touch.
I think that's the thing as well. It's that idea of you were helping them out. Do you know what I mean? And actually, like people look at it like it's opportunity to really like you wanted to be there sort of thing. But actually, the fact that they were so like supportive of it and really grateful for you kind of being there just shows what kind of goes into it. Do you know what I mean? I guess he never expected the amount of people to potentially respond or anything like that. So yeah, it sounds very positive, mate.
And yeah, so all of us go, yeah, we'll get on the underground, and we get on at Hyde Park, or is it Hyde Park Corner or whatever it is?
Yep.
Train station. We're going across the road, and obviously I'm filming at this point. A couple of other people are filming. Jack's filming on Instagram, and we are getting absolute amazing reception from everyone. We all walk out of Hyde Park, taxi drivers, cars, buses cheering us.
Yeah.
And we then turn the corner and you just start seeing people's jaws drop. We got on the underground. The dog wouldn't go down the stairs. So the guy had to pick up his dog and carry the dog down the underground. We get on the underground and we go to Trafalgar Square. We had to change. I think it might have been at Oxford Circus. I can't remember. So we get on and you just see people's faces on the underground, sort of going, "Oh my god, like what's going on?"
I bet, especially with a load of you going into the one carriage as well.
Yeah.
People being like, "Why me? Why is it me sat in this room here?" Because you know how hot it gets there. But I bet for you guys as well.
Oh mate, it was
so
like
we're
going down the escalators. We're having people record us and we're chanting like different Boris chants, and stuff like that. We did a version of the Arsenal song, "What Do You Think About Tottenham?" but we did "What Do You Think About Boris?"
Yeah.
And then we get on the underground and this lad went, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And me and a couple others shouted, "This is a work event."
Yeah.
And one other lad said, "Oh, this is a work event," and then you just hear from the back of the carriage everyone chanting, "This is a work event." Like that wasn't a chant that Jack wanted to start. It was just one of them that a couple of us said, and it just built and built and built. And we get off at Trafalgar Square, and we're walking through, and we're getting absolute admiration from absolutely everyone that could see us. So I was like, Jesus Christ, like.
I bet you weren't expecting that bit of reception to a degree. Like, I reckon, you'd expect a fair few people to be like enjoying it, taking the piss, sort of thing, because obviously everything we all know about gone on in the news. But I bet you thought as well, being in London, where he was the mayor, except capital of the bloody country. You probably expected that you'd get a few worse receptions. But from the sounds of it, not at this point.
But news spread very quickly because as soon as we got out of Trafalgar and we crossed the road, Jack got wind that there was paparazzi waiting for us.
Mm-hmm.
Whether Jack told them or whether it just literally come through word of mouth.
Well, socials these days.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
The thing is, him on his Instagram.
Yeah.
How many people are going to be following that? Whether they be news outlets, people sharing it, etc., etc.
Yeah, and then we start walking down, and you see it on my video. Robbie is wanting to get photos and videos, so he sprints down the road, and all of us go on, Robbie, we love it. And we called him the dad on the day. Like Jack started calling him dad on the day, so everyone was just like, "Robbie, you're a dad." One of the lads shouted, "Oh, Robbie, will you adopt me?" And he shouted back, "Of course." Like, he was amazing on the day. And yeah, we get walking down, and obviously you've got police everywhere, and you've got I'm not sure what they are, but they're officers, red coats on the horses, like armed guards.
Yeah.
One of them cracked a smile and had a little laugh, which obviously massively not allowed to do. And we walked past the second one, we were like, "Oh, crack a smile, mate," and like he was having none of it. We turn up at Downing Street, and obviously the paparazzi, Channel 4 ended up being there very quickly.
Jesus.
And we get to the gates, and I'm one of the first people in the front when the Channel 4 reporter's recording. and you see about 6 armed police behind the gate with automatic rifles, and you're there going, this can go one of 2 ways. Right, this is well going to be really fun or really shit version of Squid Game.
I guess all they're there is trying to stop you getting through,
Yeah.
basically, but you obviously weren't trying to get through, it was just a case of,
No,
let's do it outside, basically, wasn't it?
exactly. And then Jack calls Alfie over. Alfie puts his speaker down, and we just go for it. We do a couple of takes of like just dancing, chanting, and people recording the whole time. And then there was this one knobhead. All of us afterwards were like, could he have been the guy in the actual chat? Because he was saying, I'm going to ruin this video. I'm going to call the police. I'm going to do this. And we're there like, God, and we're not doing anything wrong. Like,
No.
It's not a march. It's not a protest. It's literally a party. As Jack and myself have said in our videos, it was nothing political at all.
No.
Which I think is a massive help, because we both said we don't give a fuck who you vote for.
Yeah.
This is a video taking the mick out of what's happened, which we'll go on to later because we've had obviously the backlash. So yeah, we get, and this knobhead. He was live on TikTok, Mr. TikTok official or Mr. UK TikTok official, and he was literally speak to his head, stand with his phone on, just singing Mr. TikTok official, Mr. UK.
Yeah.
The whole time, and even Jack went, mate, can you just piss off for that 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Just go away, like give us 2 minutes, right? And he was just there the whole time. And a couple of us, including myself, turned around and went, Jesus Christ, man like Hacks has fallen off, hasn't he? Then Jack turned around and went, you can understand why N-Dubs never took off, can't you? Like that, and everyone was in hysterics. It was just one of those throwaways, sort of like, as a comedian, which he is,
Yeah.
like a comedic YouTuber. Obviously, some people, comedy is subjective, some people might not find it funny.
Yeah.
He just did that throwaway art. You can see why N-Dubs never took off, and so many people were in stitches.
Yeah.
There was about 20 to 30 people, phones out in front of us, recording us while we're doing the video. We've got people in buses, in taxis. There was one thing that I never knew was possible, by the way, was there was women, clearly on some sort of hen do, having afternoon tea on a double-decker bus.
London for you, mate. Anything quirky you could shove on a double decker. Do you know what I mean?
So they're up there, and you just see them all go, phone out.
Yeah.
As we're absolutely like, it was so funny. Like, we're just out there and then we're chanting, we're singing. It almost became like a family football sort of like away days environment.
Yeah, of course.
Where it's like, we're going there, we're gonna take the mick.
Yeah.
Finish filming there, and we walked back up to Trafalgar Square to get a couple of photos for the thumbnail and whatnot. And police show up. Obviously, normal coppers, PC Plodder and his other half.
Yeah.
So they turned up, and you can see towards the end of Jack's video, it is actually the end of Jack's video, they're asking him what's going on. He's like, well, they had a party, we had one.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. It's not a protest. We all did lateral flows, all came back negative. There was 2 people that had to drop out the day before because they came back positive. So we all did lateral flows. It wasn't a protest, wasn't anything political, it was purely just to have a party. And the coppers weren't really happy about it, but then ended up leaving. Jack, Alfie, Robbie, Fiona stayed for about an hour to an hour and a half after finishing filming, taking photos and just chatting with everyone.
Yeah.
Like, obviously we helped him out, so he stayed with all of us, but I don't think he was there going, okay, I've actually got to leave in half an hour to pick up his car. An hour later, he's still there. Like, it was.
Yeah, because it'd been over at Hyde Park anyway,
Yeah.
essentially. Well, I guess
Yeah.
how did Fiona get over if she didn't get there?
She walked, so Hyde Park
Got
to
it,
Trafalgar is about a 20-minute walk.
Yeah, fair
Walk
play.
through Leicester Square, because I did it on the way back.
So I guess it took to that half an hour point. He knew he had 20 minutes to get there,
Yeah.
or a couple of tubes basically. He
Yeah.
thought, fuck it, like, can't do anything from this point now.
Yeah. So they stayed. I spoke with Jack, had a photo of him and Alfie and Robbie, which I'll pop up somewhere around here. And then I stood speaking to Fiona for ages, and spoke to Jack a little bit as well, and I think that is where, because I wasn't actually going to post my video.
You're not?
I was going to take the videos afterward and just go, oh look, I was there. And then speaking to Fiona, I was like, oh, I'll do a podcast. Like, I'm going to put this stuff in the back of my podcast when I get my studio. She was like, you do a podcast? I was like, yeah, we spoke about it. I told her that I do an urban legends thing. I was like, please don't tell Jack. Mate, the amount of time you could just hear that out of the background. We spoke to her and she was like, oh, well, if you do a video and I was saying I want to do a podcast on it, she went, tag us in it, we'll check them out. And I was like, you know what? People that are as successful as they are, third best comedy podcast in the UK, 1.7 million or something like that subscribers on YouTube. Robbie Knox is Robbie Knox. They don't have to take their time out to actually like interact with us all.
No.
And Jack originally said this is going to be a secret video. I don't want, but as soon as obviously the press turned up, he was like,
"It's out the window, isn't it?"
Yeah, he turned around to all of us and just went, "All your photos, videos, post them.
Yeah,
go for
doesn't
it."
matter now.
And I've gone through, because there was obviously so many of us on the day. I posted my stuff on Facebook and Instagram. Other people did. He commented on every person's photo, thanking them for coming down. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's time and effort doing that as well
Yeah.
on this part, because obviously, like you said, he didn't need to. Busy bloke, isn't he? With all the other stuff that he gets on with, and actually seeing him take that time to come out and, well, not just spend time with you on the day, but spend that time on socials, kind of going through saying thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. And then after the video went out, not the video went out, after we finished, we all left, we all went our own ways. Obviously, traction started to happen. There was one person that was videoed it. I've been tagged in it so many times, it's on like 7 million views.
Jesus.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is where we get to the internet trolls, the backlash at this point, don't you? So the good feeling of London where, you know, not too much of an issue, and then the internet arrives, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, massively. So it started going out, and I ended up getting a train down to Polegate, where my mum, just in and around where my mum lives.
Yeah.
To see her, and I've obviously got off the train in a full suit. I've got this in bags, so I didn't get fucking any abuse. And my mum goes, "What on earth have you done?" My cousin texts my missus going, "What on earth has he done?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "You'll find out." Then obviously we're on the news, little clips here and there, and then you start to get the internet at the internet level. Like, so many people, like, I've had so many messages, been tagged in so many posts about how many, like, I worked last night, I work in a pub, so many people walked up to me when I saw you on Jaackmaate's video, or like, and they were like, "Oh, I've seen your video as well," and da 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 da. I was like, Jesus, like one lad turned around to me, he was like, "I've seen your video, I've seen what you lot did, was it a protest?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Well, I'm actually going for a protest down there." He was like, "I want to know what they're like." I was like, "We didn't go down for a protest, and they were still quite like heightened."
Yeah.
So like, just be careful. Yeah, we got a lot of good messages on socials, and a lot of people took it in a good way.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't.
Yeah, that's the bit that I think is the interesting bit to hear, you know?
Yeah. So obviously we're in the Discord chat, we're talking about how good it was, Jack's thanking us, Fiona saying how amazing we are, Alfie's fucking going, "Oh my god, you lot are amazing." And then I'm in a couple of like meme pages on Facebook, and he got posted in there, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna throw my 2 pence in, I'm throwing my photos in from the day, like me and Jack and Alfie, photos from us outside, and we got told that we should have been arrested for what we did, which we had a party with non-alcoholic drinks.
Yeah, so you weren't even like
we weren't even drinking.
Like, didn't even interrupt, like, do you know what I mean?
We didn't break any laws at all. What we did was completely legal. Jack looked into it extensively.
Well, that's the thing. He needs to make sure, and as well, I guess, is making sure that no one tries to step out of line as well, because one falls backlash on him for the whole organisation of it all. But on the flip side, he doesn't want anyone else to get in trouble for doing him a favour.
Exactly. And even when he spoke to police in his video, he told them we had a party. Like they had one, we've had one.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Fair dues, like.
Yeah. And it's like, so I don't think they're gonna have another party anytime soon.
No.
They probably, well, the amount of comments I saw saying, yeah, Boris was definitely in that group somewhere. But yeah, be told that we should be arrested, called multiple words.
Yeah.
One lad that made me laugh, he was like, oh, you've made a mockery of this great country. And I turned around and went, the people that made a mockery are the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
We're just taking a piss out of them being idiots. Like,
Yeah.
come on now. And then obviously we start to see a bit more come out, and apparently the police want to investigate it, even though they're not investigating Boris's parties, because apparently
there's still talks of them looking into investigating
this. Apparently,
No.
because obviously we heard about it a few times, and a couple other people sort of starts bringing board in it.
Yeah, of course.
So whether it's still actually going to happen or not, but just like to say, it was said on Jack put it in his video. Someone saying the police don't retrospectively look into crimes, which, I mean, for anyone that's killed anyone in the past and hasn't been caught, they're free now.
Yeah.
Or done any petty crimes. Multiple are out there.
Yeah.
So if they're not getting investigated, I don't think we will.
No.
But yeah, we got a fair amount of backlash for what it was. People that back, obviously, the Tory party will have a problem with it.
It's like you said, people thought it was a political stance rather
Yeah.
than taking the piss sort of thing. So that's where you get a few people who, I think what was the time you said, Labour, one of the guys commented, we won't use that.
Yeah. I don't want to get demonetised before I start earning money here. Yeah, the amount of, we got a lot of backlash, but obviously there was so much support for the video. Jack's video, as of today, is near on 500k.
Yeah.
My channel, I've got I had 126 subs before the video went out. I'm on 133.
Yeah.
34. Now my videos on nearly 170 views. So for my channel, it's a 1 out of 10,
possibly,
which
yeah.
in YouTube terms is the best.
Yeah.
Out of my last 10 videos. So it's done well on the support. Like, I'll take my video for example, 170-ish views, there's 18 likes, 1 dislike, so there's one person didn't like it. They probably just don't like me. It's understandable. Comedy is subjective, my taste isn't for everyone. But yeah, it was, the reactions surprised me in how much support we got.
Yeah.
It was one of those where it was like, it could go either way, but it's gonna be funny anyway. Like, I have family members that I know sit on one side of the fence and the other, and even them, rather not saying anything, has been for me like, okay, you didn't like that, that's fine. The amount of other family members and friends that have tagged me and stuff, commented, shared my video around, as well as Jack's, has shown how, through my circle, how many people are supporting what we've done.
Yeah, that's what I know.
Because yes, it wasn't a political statement, but people have made it one because of this.
Yeah, definitely. And then you've also got that flip side of, as much as that statement there and everything, but supporting you
Yeah.
in terms of all the stuff that you're trying to do here as well.
Yeah. Whether that's going to happen in the new series that we both know is coming,
Yep.
that I'm going to be bringing, because that is going to split some opinion.
Yep.
Stay tuned for that. Yeah, so that was basically the build up to the day, and the backlash. The next thing I'm going to talk about is Jack's response to everyone in how they've done everything, because obviously, as you can tell by the title, I've put what it's like to film for Jaackmaate.
Yeah.
Which I told you what it's like. It's brilliant. It was amazing. It's by far and away the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Like, filming for a YouTube idol like Jack was amazing on the day. He's the reason I started the podcast. So my YouTube sort of like idols growing up were Jack, JJ, KSI, Simon, Bazinga, and the True Geordie.
Yeah.
So the reason I started the podcast was because I like True Geordie's podcast and I like Jaackmaate's Happy Hour podcast. So
Yeah,
I started
of
the
course.
podcast because of that. And then obviously I want to do videos in my own sort of style, which are very similar, because of how I am, are very similar to Jaackmaate styles videos. And I think being with him on the day has given me that push now to do that.
Yeah, I guess the confidence behind the scenes, etc. To, well, just to kind of see what's out there, what you can kind of do, and I guess it's that reality of bringing what you want to do and what you want to achieve to light, isn't it?
Yeah.
In case of you've seen it now, you know what needs to be done, and let the grind continue.
Yeah, let the grind continue, because Jesus Christ, it's going to be a grind. But one thing I want to pick out about Jack as well, and show how amazing of a content creator he is. He posted his video at 8 o'clock on Monday night. He openly said on Instagram he slept for about 7 hours over 3 days to make sure this video was like perfect for his comeback. And it takes a proper creator to do that. I took about an hour editing on my phone. And one thing I want to point out about him and show how amazing he was for all of us on the day, and it's going to sound like I'm brown nosing him a lot here, but I am.
Yeah. Don't beat around that bush.
Yeah, there was as I said, a couple of us that made videos, Clouds Play and myself. He actually watched our videos, and I was like, they said they were going to watch our videos. Highly unlikely they're going to watch it. They've got better things to do with their life. He commented on Cloud Play's video about thanking him for coming down and how good his edit and point of view of the day was. And then I made a throwaway comment in my video, which ended up being something that I've had said to me a lot of times since the videos come out. Obviously working yesterday, a lot of people went, because the comment was, we're going down Downing Street because no one parties as much as Boris.
Yeah.
Well, and a couple of people said it to me, and then Jack commented on my video. It must have been about 11, half 11 at night.
Yeah.
And it literally said, "You're so right, mate. No one parties as much as Boris."
Yeah.
And then like finished the quotation, but you killed it. And I was like, for someone who has literally posted his own video, and this is the reason for me being there, to come across to smaller creators and watch their video and prove that he's watched their video by pointing something out, because that comment was about 4 or 5 minutes into the video.
Yeah.
Like, he could have gone, okay, I've watched it 17 seconds, get a class review, like...
Yeah, of course.
Like, but to pick something out, I think it showed me that he sort of enjoyed it as well, because he picked something out from it.
Yeah.
So as I said, Jack was amazing on the day, so was Robbie Knox. Understandable, it's Robbie Knox.
Yep.
A man that literally takes his bins out for a living and has made a bin day IPA, which I do need to try. Alfie, obviously Alfie's amazing. I actually said it to him on the day when we started filming. I was like, I'll stand next to you because I'm the only man that makes you look tall.
Yeah.
I am 5'2" and a bit.
Yeah. Pushing.
Yeah, pushing. And then obviously Fiona is amazing. Like, she stood and spoke to everyone.
Yeah.
Like, she was amazing on the day. I spoke to her for ages. She was just lovely. And I think that really sums up people that care about what they do.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they can see everyone has come down to help him, and they've taken their time out to help everyone that's been there.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think that's a good place to end.
Yeah, no, but interesting hearing it all behind the scenes and how it all started. Like, fair dues for it as well. Like, a lot of respect to you for doing it, because like, you never know like what you're approaching in that sense, but you're going on your own to that place as well, bumping into a load of random people, all for the same cause. But fair play.
Yeah. As I said, I'm going to link my video, Tom's channel, Jack's video, and everyone's links in the description. Stay tuned. As I said, I've got a new comedy series coming out, which is going to split opinion. I hope you all like it. Press that like button, subscribe, and peace.